Gucci, and you are watching Gov's Radio. This is where you go if you want to see something or if you want to hear something funny. Coming up in just a couple minutes. This is a joke I told. What? I'm not on Gov Radio? Call the police. Call my agent.
Tony, welcome to Go.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
I gotta pat you down though, pal.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Got anything on you? Anything I should know?
I got nothing.
Anything weird going on?
What?
Alright, you go in, Tony. Good.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Tom Kelly of The Tom Kelly Show. Yes, this is not the only time I've gotten on my knees in the back room of a comedy club.
The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show is also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. Give Two Eagles Auto Body a call and please ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. That's 516-328-2527.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony on the Knockem Dead Radio Show. They're gonna keep knocking them dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, at Knockem Dead Comedy Radio.
Hey, Tony, you're not funny, and you probably shit yourself a lot, and you're no fun to be with, and you don't make that much money, and you're not going anywhere in show business, and I hope you get hit by a bus.
Let's give a big shout out to Tony Walker.
Tony Walker, who's a friend of mine.
Tony Walker!
Tony Walker! Tony Walker, everybody. Stand up, Tony. Where are you? Tony Walker! Thank you so much, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Walker. Our favorite. We love you.
Knockem Dead Comedy Show.
So check this out. I was eating a Kit Kat bar. I only saved the last piece because I was too hungry. But look at this. There's no wafer. It's all just chocolate. Big, solid chocolate, which is fine. I have no problem with that, but it's just weird. I never saw a Kit Kat that, didn't have the wafer. So when they break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar, there's no wafer. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Knockem Dead Comedy Show. It's Monday. Hope everybody had a great weekend. We are coming at you from the legendary Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. If you're on Facebook, please follow the Facebook page. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe and hit the thumbs up and all that good stuff. No matter where you're watching from, please share the link on all your socials. Tell everybody about all the great shows here on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. All right. We have a special show for you. We're going to be talking in a couple minutes to Terri Santos. Terri Jo. She's a girl I went to high school with. Haven't seen her in many, many years. But I saw on Facebook that she's been working down in North Carolina, in the relief efforts to, get everybody all situated after Hurricane Helene tore through parts of North Carolina. Unexpectedly, if you guys remember, the hurricane was supposed to, they were saying it's going to wipe Florida out. And it really didn't do that much damage in Florida, and then took a weird turn and damaged North Carolina instead. So she's been down there for a few weeks now, and we're going to hear all about it. We recorded it Thursday, this past Thursday night. It was 10 or 11 o'clock at night, because that was the only time she had. And I was really interested in hearing the story of what was happening down there, how she got involved in it. Yeah, so we're going to hear from Terri and hear what she has to say. I think it's some pretty interesting stuff. Before we get to that, I wanted to share something with you guys. First of all, so it's a weird morning. No wafer in the Kit Kat. And then, now this. So I go on the computer this morning to get all, situated here. That's the first screen I see. I got to type in the password and, get going. But if you look at the top right, our right corner, I don't know if you can see what it says there. I will zoom in. Your screen is being observed. And then, I don't know what US means. How weird is that? All right, I lied. So it says October 31st. So that's when I discovered this, Thursday morning, October 31st. But this was the first opportunity on the show that I've had to talk about it. So, yeah, is that strange? Your screen is being observed. So I don't know who's watching me. I always feel like someone is watching me. Remember that song? Stupid song. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe the government's watching me. Hi. I don't know. So, I just thought that was weird. So I wanted to share that with you guys. I really don't have anything else to say about it. I just thought it was weird. And I don't know what it means. Do you guys know what that means? Okay. So, I have nothing else planned. It's just some time with Terri Jo today to talk about her experience down there in North Carolina and the organization that she's volunteering with. Okay. So, here we go. Here's my chat with Terri Jo Santos on what's happening down in North Carolina. All right. With me now is, someone I've known for, I think, around 40 years, I think. Holy crap.
Oh, gosh. Well, yeah, I guess so.
Well, we graduated high school almost 40 years ago when we met in junior high school. So
yeah, we're old.
So, yeah, probably around 40 years. Holy moly. Terri,
wait, just hearing you say that.
I know. I threw myself off on that too. I'm like, yeah. I'm sitting there like, oh my god. Terri Jo Santos, right? That's the name, Santos.
Yes.
Terri Jo Santos is here, ladies and gentlemen, coming at us all the way from Asheville, North Carolina. but she doesn't live in Asheville, North Carolina. She's there helping out from the hurricane damage down there. So that's my first question. So because there were conflicting reports, and of course, like everything else, it unfortunately gets politicized. And you get one side saying, "Oh, it's not that bad," the other side saying, "Oh, they're making it up." Tell us what's going on down there.
Well, so I've been down here. How long am I here now? 3.5 weeks.
Yeah.
I came to volunteer. A group of us from my church in Massachusetts, 16 of us in total. We came to volunteer with an organization called Operation Blessing. It's a nonprofit organization that's been around for 40 years.
Oh, wow.
If anyone out there has ever heard of Pat Robertson and the 700 Club, he started this ministry, this organization 40 years ago. And so Operation Blessing goes all over. They've gone into 90 countries. I was surprised when I was reading up about the organization. 90 countries, including America, that when, storms and natural disaster hits, they do national disaster relief. That's what they provide.
Okay.
So they provide national disaster relief, which could be bringing in clean water, non-perishable foods, even hot meals, toiletries, household goods, and the first couple of weeks, it's really about just connecting with these people and providing what we take for granted every day, including clean water. They're without electric. And anyway, so to answer that question, that's why I'm here. I had come to volunteer, and my volunteering, while I was here, I just felt like I just didn't want to leave. I couldn't leave. I felt like this place is so, they're going through such a hard time that I'm in between jobs right now, and I'm interviewing for new jobs. I had a few interviews before I came out here, and I was like, oh, I have time. So when I told them that I could stay, I was going to stay another week or two, they wound up having a deployment position available, and they were desperate for someone to take on the role of volunteer operations coordinator. My manager, the one who manages that whole department, which it's very large, she had to step in, and she had to, step into this role because they didn't have someone. They had lost someone. And so they offered me a position, and I said yes. And it is so bad here that usually deployments, could be anywhere from a couple of weeks to just a couple of months. But they said in all the years that they've been doing this is so bad over here in Asheville that we are committing at least to a year. Operation Blessing is going to be here in Asheville for at least a year. But after sending out teams that are scouting, different towns, especially up in the mountains, it's quite obvious that it could take up to 5 years for these people to rebuild their lives. And, Tony, the news, I won't get into too much about the news.
No, I'm with you. That's why I was asking, because it's it's ridiculous.
The news doesn't give the full picture.
Right.
The news says how there's 100 to 200 people unaccounted for. 100 to 200 people have died. It's more like over 1,000.
Right, and that's exactly what I was referring to. You had, and unfortunately, that's the case with anything. And like you said, we don't get into all that generalization of it all, but yeah, there's so many conflicting reports. And so it is. This is kind of like Katrina level type stuff.
It's really bad. Like, these people, they didn't see it coming. They had a hurricane, a tornado, and mudslides.
Right.
And so All right, let me start with, let's talk about the people that are ground level. They're not living up in the mountains. It's I'm losing track. September 26th.
Okay.
Is when it hit. So
Right.
it's, what is that? I think it's a little over I think it's a month now.
And it's over a month. And this was Helene, right?
What?
This was Helene, right? Not Milton.
Helene, right.
Yeah.
Helene. So people are just starting this past week getting their electric back and getting their water back. But getting their water back is for flushing.
Wow.
Like they can't, like I'm in an Airbnb right now.
Yeah.
And we have water, but I'm brushing my teeth with bottled water. I am showering in the water, but
You're pouring a big bottle of Evian over your head?
The water is, you can't drink it. You shouldn't brush your teeth with it, and but we're washing our clothes with it, but so they're starting to life coming back to normal. Yeah. It's happening little at a time. But these people that are showing up at our base, the Operation Blessing base, you could just see the weariness. It's not really normal for them yet. Like their lives were just there's so much property damage. We're here helping. We're completing the first phase of it's a lot of muck and gut type of work and moving tree debris and making sure that people's houses are safe, that the trees aren't leaning on their houses.
Right. Well, that's what went through my head when you talked about flushing. I'm thinking, well, flushing, of course, we need to do that, but they need a house to do it in first.
So those are the people that still have their house, yeah.
Yeah.
But they might have holes in their roof, and we need to tarp their roofs. But no, tons of people, so many people have lost their homes, have lost their cars. I mean, the people in the mountains.
Yeah.
It is so bad up there in the mountains that, we have people on our team that they do go up there, to kind of try to connect with people and see what we can get them, what kind of supplies they need up in the mountains. And some of the pictures that our DM had, there was a cemetery and all the tombstones are all misplaced.
Wow.
They're in random places, all the tombstones. And there was this tiny house that everyone's we don't even know where this tiny house came from, and it's all the way on the lawn of somebody else's house.
Wow.
And then cars that we don't know whose car that is, or one guy is, that's my car down there, and he's pointing down off the cliff. And it's not the people up in the mountains are really struggling. They've lost their livestock.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
It's not just, there's a lot of farmers and, they live off the land and they've lost livestock, their homes, their cars. And
when you say it could take up to a year, are you talking about to the point where houses are built and roofs are fixed? Do you guys go that far with it? And when you say a year, is that just Operation Blessing, or I'm assuming there's other organizations and other.
Right, that's what I was just going to get into that. So there are other organizations that are here too, like Billy Graham.
Mm-hmm.
He had started Samaritan's Purse. I can't remember now if Billy Graham started it or if his son Franklin Graham started it, but there's another Samaritan's Purse. There's a few out here. But it's kind of we all cover certain regions. We could still help the same areas, but they might be going a couple more miles, east, and, we do a certain area. But, so yes, Operation Blessing, we as an organization have felt the need to stay because there are people that need homes. We need to get people in that do sheetrock and, that know how to do all that stuff, or, mold remediation. And for those that their homes are salvageable. You know, like some people have homes that could be repaired.
Right.
But there's like so many people that are homeless now, so we want to help build homes.
Wow.
And so we are like the first 3.5 weeks, we partnered with Home Depot, and we were in the Home Depot parking lot, and that's where we did the first level of relief. And then now, for the past week, we are in a church parking lot while we enter into the next phase of recovery and relief. But we are looking for our own place because we do feel we want to have a warehouse where we have furniture.
Oh, wow.
You know, that people that are getting houses now can go shopping, like shopping, meaning they don't have to spend any money.
Right.
Nothing. We don't make any money. We have all volunteers.
Wow. And what's...
I mean, I now stepped into my paid position, but you know what's amazing, Tony?
No.
People are showing up, like I run the volunteers, and people just show up. Like a woman today, she drove 2 hours from where she lives in Denver, North Carolina, and she's like, I'm just home every day thinking of the people of Asheville, and I'm like, what am I doing? She's like, I need to go volunteer. I need to see how I can help. And she just showed up today. We gave her breakfast. We got her I got her signed up. And she was out there doing muck and gut work today with, a group of like 9 others. And people are coming from all over. Like, people have driven here from Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
People have driven here from Texas.
Wow.
People have driven here from Wisconsin.
That's amazing.
People are just like eager to help. You know, I said, I tell people, I said, not only are we, living how God wants us to live and being like Jesus was and love in action, but I'm like, we are living out Michael Jackson's "We Are the World." We are the people.
Wow.
So I'm like, I can't help but think of that song. I think of that song a lot while I'm doing what I'm doing.
That's fine to think about it, but you don't actually have to sing it for us. But that's...
Yeah, well, maybe I'll just sing the rest of the song.
I could use a nap. And if there's a positive to stuff like this, it's that. It's how people step up and come from all over to help out, which is just a great thing that you guys are doing there. But I am...
Yeah, and it's connecting people. It's like people who no one knows each other.
Right.
I think of those chains we used to make when we were kids out of the construction paper, and you hang them on the Christmas tree.
Right, yeah.
We're all just a link in the chain. And, like, one of the volunteers was like, really thanking me today for all I do. And I said, thank you.
Yeah.
I said, I'm just a link in the chain. I'm like, I'm a link, you're a link.
But
but
you deserve thanks, and everybody down there does. I mean, because I'm thinking, you've been down there for 3 weeks, and that's not like, I'm just going to go for 3 weeks. It's not that easy. I mean, you have a life. Which we didn't even mention. You live in Rhode Island. It's not like this was your hometown or your home state. Even you're in Rhode Island. You chose to go down there, and you've been down there for 3 weeks. Before we started the interview, you mentioned you're going home in about another week or two, but then you're coming back to Asheville. So, I mean, that alone, that's a big deal. I mean, you're pushing your whole life aside. Not everybody does that, and it's very commendable what you and everybody down there are doing. How does it? How do people do that? We have adult children, but it's still hard. It's still hard to just put your life aside. And I'm assuming your husband must be supportive, which says a lot.
Well, I was like, my yes couldn't be without his yes, because I did want to honor him. Like, when I felt like I needed to stay an extra week or two, I even said to him, hey, you know, I know I'm interviewing, like, I have time right now, but are you okay with it? And he was like, oh my gosh, yeah, who am I to say no? He's like, you're doing like God's work. You're doing a good thing. And then, you know, when it became like, oh, now I'm employed, and it means a deployment, like, yes, I leave here November 13th, and I'll go home, and then I fly back here December 1st. Wow. And this is what my life will be for a year. And there are people here who have, like, the DM that's here with us now. We rotate out because, you know, they do care about sending you home for a couple weeks to resuscitate, refresh, and, you know, be present for your life at home.
So you're going to be there back and forth for the next year? Like, that's the job you took? Wow, that's amazing. That really is amazing. I'm you know how much I like to bust your chops, but no, I'm being dead serious here. That really is amazing. Really.
It was nothing that I ever planned. Like, I packed suitcases with like tons of boots and work gloves and tons of clothes because I was coming to do muck and gut work and tree removal, and then I thought after 6 days I was going home. I just like, I really feel it really is just a God story, because this is what we all were created for, an assignment, you know, and there's different components to who we all are as people and what our hobbies are and whatnot. But I can look back and see how my past, like, employment experience and life lessons and seasons have prepared me for this moment.
So the storm hits North Carolina. You just said, all right, you know what? I think I'm just going to go down there, and you Googled Operation Blessing and signed up. I mean, was it that simple? Or?
Well, yeah. So long story short with that, because I hope viewers are still hanging in and listening.
I don't know why they watch me in the first place, but yeah.
What?
I said, I don't know why they watch me in the first place.
Because you're Tony. You're Tony Walker.
I hope they don't say it like that, but.
So anyway, I've known about Operation Blessing for years. I grew up with my mother watching the 700 Club.
Yep.
And as an adult, I love the stories. I love watching the 700 Club because you get real news, first of all, every day.
Right.
And you always hear like these wonderful stories. I mean, they have so many different organizations like Orphans Promise. They help with orphans all around the world. They have another organization for people in the military. So I'm just all about all these good organizations they have. And so I even have donated pretty much any time they say, you know, they're on a mission, I send money. And I always watch these stories, and I see all these people in their light blue shirts that say Operation Blessing. And I would always say to my husband, I'd say, we may not be blue collar people, but I'm gonna be a blue shirt person someday.
Yeah, he's sitting there thinking, did she just say she wants to be a Smurf? Wow, I made you laugh. Look at that.
Well, and if everyone knew both of our heights, yes, we are Smurfs, both of us. But anyway,
that was not a height joke, but I'll.
Anyway, back to reality. Hey, I'm wearing blue. I'm wearing my blue Operation Blessing shirt, but I'm in a staff shirt. So anyway, my husband knows about it too, and so what happened is when Helene hit, I was in Florida with my dad in North Fort Myers, and it was heading his way too.
Right.
But I had to get home. I had a seminar I had to get home for, and once I made sure my dad was safe, whatever, I kept hearing in my head, like, Operation Blessing, Operation Blessing. I'm like, how do I get involved? I'm like, do I go on their website? I mean, I'm not going there alone. And I'm like, I just kept feeling like, thinking about it a lot. I was like, how do I find out what they're doing? Like, Asheville got hit really hard.
Right.
And this is what's weird. My church has never done this. For the first time ever, my church decided they heard about Operation Blessing and they decided to partner with them. And they sent an email out. I'm on the email list for like when the community needs help, like if there's community stuff.
Yeah, sure.
And I got the email. And I was like, wait, what? Then I heard 30 people volunteered.
From
but
your church.
They wanted to keep the first group to only 16, 15, 16. Because it was their first time and they didn't know what to expect.
Okay.
So the woman in charge had to pick and choose who she felt should go on this trip. And I was part of that group.
So,
and here at the same time, Operation Blessing had a need. And it was like, I filled in their hole. I needed a job. I have a heart to help people. And
so basically you're telling me that 30 people from your church are out of work. No, I'm being stupid. But really, you had 30 people from your church willing to shoot down there. That blows me away too.
yeah, these were people that stepped away from their job.
Yeah.
A mother she left her 1-year-old and her 7-year-old and her 13-year-old.
Wow.
Another woman who just came out of recovery of a surgery. Me healing from a foot break. Like all this stuff, like people just like stopped their life. A pediatrician took time off, and we have people now that have construction skills in our church, and they're going to be part of the next phase. They'll probably send another group down of those guys because now we need to build people houses.
Sure. What kind of progress have you guys made in just 3 weeks? I mean, I know I would walk into it and be like, all right, I don't know where in the world I'm even going to start. So I'm sure it's still chaos. 3 weeks is nothing.
It's so overwhelming.
Yeah.
Tony, there is this art district here. It's so sad. I met a couple, so like they filled me in, and like I could see like online like what this art district. I mean, so many like private businesses and such a beautiful community. Like it was like the hangout place.
Is it? Excuse me for interrupting, but is it all still Asheville, or is it surrounding towns?
So Asheville is large.
Okay.
It's very large.
Because I was in a town last year.
It's outside of Asheville too.
All right, because I don't know North Carolina at all. I was just there last year. For the first time, and I stayed for a weekend. I was in a town called Carborough, and I
don't know where that is.
Okay, well that's why I'm asking though, because they had a very artsy community. So that's why.
Yeah, they had a very artsy. So Asheville is big, but there are surrounding towns. Like we send teams out to scout now, so we can there's this neighborhood, there's this neighborhood. Like people help hasn't even gone into certain areas. Like,
oh wow,
some people feel forgotten. Like everything's Asheville. What about us? We're the next town over, or we're just a few miles away. And so we're doing a lot of exploring. And I think we're going to take on a project soon of building close to 200 homes.
Holy cow! That's huge. 200 homes. I mean, that's a freaking neighborhood.
And you know what? These people, you could see the fatigue in their face, but then you could see the fatigue in their face, but then you see the resilience in them, and there's like a strength. But then they let you hug them. They let you pray with them. You know, you just become their friend, and you just talk to them, or you just quiet and you let them and you listen.
Yeah. And really, this is what it's all about, right?
It's I'm not going to lie. This is, I think, the first time in my life. I mean, outside of being a music teacher at the private school I taught at, I love children. Music's my life. I was pretty happy going to work every day there. But this is the most fulfilling, that as long as the days, because I do 12-hour days, sometimes 14-hour days. But it's the most fulfilling that I feel, because you're not thinking of yourself. You're
Right.
giving of yourself. And I had this little catchphrase that came in my mind that the light in me becomes the light in them.
Oh, nice.
And we're there to remind them that there's still light. You know, and but you know what they're so grateful for too? Like, communities are coming together. Like, a man showed up yesterday and he said, I'm not here regarding my house, but all of us in our neighborhood we look out for this 85-year-old woman. And she doesn't have family. And, FEMA's involved too. But, yeah, like, people put FEMA down because FEMA's not, in people's eyes helping enough.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of red tape with FEMA.
But I also say, too, I try to look at the glass half full instead of half empty. I'm like, give FEMA a break. Like, they're inundated right now.
Sure.
It does seem like they have to pick and choose who they're giving what to. But, this hit them out of nowhere, and they're having to delegate and whatever. But anyway, because there's so much and people need so much. So this man was like, I'm here for her. I know I'm not her homeowner, but how do I advocate for her to get help?
Oh, wow.
So we have a QR code. And so we have him scan the QR code so that he can go be with her and help her fill it out. And then we send our workers out, and before they start work, then they let her sign the papers. That's how we do it. Like, if someone can't get out of their house, we bring the paperwork to them.
So what? So they have to fill out paperwork, explaining, their damage, what they lost?
Yeah, they have to say what the damage is, but then, do you have insurance? Like, just certain questions that have to be done just that we have everything documented with them signing and liability stuff, and
and where does an organization like Operation Blessing, how are they funded? Is it all donations? Wow. See now that too. That's amazing. I mean, of course you want people to go and help, but if you can't, at least.
And that's what I did for years. I was donating when I could.
Which is
sometimes it was
too.
100, sometimes it was 20.
Right. Sure.
But I was like, I'm going to donate.
Mm-hmm.
I actually became a partner because a while ago, and it's not much, but I was like, I could give them $20 a month.
Sure.
Just start giving them money. Look what they do, and you see the stories. They document it on the show. They broadcast it, and you see what they're doing. You see them handing meals out. So I loved it. I loved handing meals out, and we had all these stuffed animals, and I made connections with kids. I would go sit with them, with children, while they were having their lunch, and I was handing them Donald Ducks. And we have these little teddy bears, these little Operation Bears, Blessing Bears, and then we had the Piggly Jiggly Wiggly, the Jiggly Piggly Wiggly. It's a stuffed animal pig that dances and makes music, and just seeing their face light up, right. I get to that side of me that loves kids and teacher side and silly side. I got to really sit with them, be with them, make them laugh, make them feel like it was Christmas. And I won't be here because they are shutting down, so to say, for the week of Thanksgiving, but we're not. We have a certain group of volunteers that we're like, you know what? It's not life back to normal for these people.
Right.
Some people don't have the head. They don't have the money. Some people lost their jobs.
Right.
People lost their jobs.
Right. They don't get any breaks from this.
Yeah, so that we're going to give them Thanksgiving.
That's well, and you'll be there for that?
I offered. I did say, hey, listen, I don't mind going home for a week and a half and coming back. But they know I jumped into this. I have never trained for something so fast in my life. And I can't believe how quick it's become me. I feel like I've been doing this for years.
Wow.
I just know, God's really helping me with it. But they want me to go home and, give me 3 weeks. Because that's what they try to do. They try to give you at least 3 weeks at home.
Okay.
They don't want anyone burning out.
Yeah, which I would mentally burning out, I would think, from all that. As rewarding as everything you're saying is, I'm sure there's, to see all the damage, to see the destruction, to see these people crying over losing loved ones in their houses. Like I'm sure it's heavy. So yeah, you need
heavy.
that time off.
The air is thick, so to say. Like, I'll tell you this. Like, it's pretty amazing. In the 4 weeks since this happened, it's only rained once.
Oh,
we
wow.
have had sunny, beautiful blue skies, 70, anywhere from 68 to 75.
Yeah.
And I feel like it was like God giving these people a break. Like, I hear the people talking about it, like, it's a miracle we haven't had rain.
Yeah.
Because it would be that much of a mess of
right.
and more like mudslides and just more.
It's stalling your progress.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's like, I feel like they have this little oasis, but I'm not going to lie. It's like every once in a while I'm like, wow, I'm in North Carolina. It's beautiful here. I love my ocean state of Rhode Island, but I love the mountains. And then all of a sudden it's like, it settles on me. Like you could kind of feel like there's a heaviness that I feel every day.
Right.
Because I'm like, I hate that I love my job because my job means someone has to be in a crisis.
Yeah, true. Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, I'd rather work at a Dunkin' Donut.
Yeah, you just ruined the whole thing for me.
I'm just saying, it's like, I'm like, wow, these people really are in it. Like, they are.
Yep.
But they're all, like, so appreciative. And, like, so now people, when they come to our base now at the church, they're coming basically to fill out work orders, and we have boxes of food, and we have a tub of cleaning supplies, and we have pallets of water. So we're still like, do you need water? Do you need the box food? Do you need cleaning supplies? Like, we're still giving them something. And what's really cool is we're in a lot of a church, and the church, like, right down, like, if they come to us, we can point and say, look, if you pull around to that parking lot, they have a clothing drive, the church.
Oh, okay.
Like, they're purposely doing it right now because of, so, like, people could come to us, fill out their work orders, they could get some food, some water, some stuff, and then they could go around and get some clothes.
Jeez. You mentioned a few minutes ago with Operation Blessing, you said something about a show and people can watch footage. Where is that? Is it a YouTube thing or something?
So first of all, they show footage every day. So 700 Club is on every morning at 9 o'clock, I think, in pretty much every state that's in our time zone. But you could go on YouTube. Like, I would never watch it live, really. It airs on YouTube, so I think around like 12, 1 o'clock.
So you're just talking about the 700 Club. Just go to their YouTube
no, but
stuff.
so on the 700 Club.
Oh, sorry, I misunderstood.
They'll show it. But if you go on Operation Blessing or CBN, it's the Christian Broadcast Network. If you go on CBN's website or Operation Blessing's website, they have tons of YouTube clips.
Okay.
And what you should check, once I know that she's done with it, we just had one of our media go with our team up the mountain on Monday. And she got some crazy, she got some footage, but not as much as she wanted to, because she went there to be more present, to be there for the people.
Okay.
And we're trying to, like, really protect people. So I want to rephrase that. We're trying to protect people with really how much we show. But there was a church that came from 2 hours away. They come every week. And she did get footage of, like, the job they were doing for someone and all the mud and debris that was in someone's garage. So Operation Blessing has little YouTube clips.
Okay.
like on Operation Blessing website, you could do, and I forget if it says Asheville. I think it might say Operation Blessing Asheville.
Okay.
And you could see little YouTube clips about like what's been taking place. But they are really trying to be protective of people. Like this is the pictures I've seen, and then what I saw up close, like even when I'm just driving to work, and that the art district,
right?
It's just so it just devastates you, and so we're trying to protect the fact that these are people's lives too.
Sure. No, and yeah, that's understandable, but at the same time, good. That people can see what's going on because that helps motivate people to jump in or send money, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So that's great.
So the financial donations help if you can't give time. Operation Blessing. It's www.ob.org. Operation Blessing, ob.org. And these people are going to feel the rippling effects for a while. So our organization and these other organizations are just like us coming alongside them and lifting them up and carrying the burden and being like, hey, we see you and we're going to help you get through this.
That's that's wonderful what you guys are doing, and you guys deserve all the credit and whatever accolades come with it. It really is fantastic what you guys are doing, and I'm sure they're all appreciative down there, and I don't know how to put it into words what you guys are doing. I just find it amazing, and it is. I feel like you guys are special people.
I'm numb. Thank you. I feel numb. Like sometimes I'm there in my day and I'm like, who are these people that I'm calling coworkers? Like, what am I doing here? How did this just happen? And you know what, Tony? There's young staff. Like, there are these two young men here, and one of them I think is 21, and the other one is like 22 or 23.
Wow.
And they work their butts off. They're working their 14-hour days, and they're
as they should. When you're that age, you're indestructible.
No, you're right.
I hate those guys.
No, you could say that. But it's just seeing like they're wise beyond their years, and seeing them like they're talking. They're doing the chainsaw safety with the volunteer team that's in. Like they're going over chainsaw safety. And they're fixing the trucks and the beds, and
nice.
Just like our equipment. And it's just such a diverse amount of people that are in these leadership roles now from all over. And Operation Blessing is based out of Virginia Beach, in case anyone wanted to know. That's where they're based, out of Virginia Beach, which is about 6 hours from here.
Okay, very nice. That's great. So, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. I can't thank you guys enough for what you're doing. That's amazing. I'm sorry to hear that it is that bad down there. It stinks that we have stuff like this happening, in our country. But again, it's especially in the current climate. There's so much negativity. There's so much unfortunate hatred. But really, the truth of it is, when something like this happens, and of course, I'm thinking, this area, 9/11, people want to help. The majority of people want to step up and do the right thing and do whatever they can. So, and I'm thinking of course, Superstorm Sandy too. I mean, Long Island got killed,
right?
And people just step up to do the right thing. But to do it on this is a whole other level. What you guys are doing.
It really is. I feel like I'm in a movie.
Yeah. All right.
I really do. Like, I am just like still when I'm driving, because FEMA hasn't had a chance to get all, like when we go into people's houses, I do the FEMA spiel for the volunteers, and I have to tell them, things have to be 10 feet away from the house, and you have to separate it into piles and whatnot. Like but we just do that part of it, but then FEMA comes around to collect.
Right.
And, I believe they're inundated, but you still see there's so much debris everywhere. I'm on the highway. There are signs that are down, bent in half. The way these trees, the roots, like these huge trees where you can't even get your arms around, like, the trunk of the tree. Like, I'm talking huge, huge, huge. And you see the roots of the tree.
It's amazing.
Yeah. So it's been really good to, people are good. People, for the most part, are really good. And
yeah, I believe that.
We join forces, and someday it might be you.
I hope not.
No, meaning like you help others.
Oh, I thought you meant like someday we'll have to come help you. I mean, I need a lot of help, but not
Tony, you're beyond help, right? Does everyone agree with me?
Yeah.
Tony is beyond help. This is where you press the button where everyone's cheering. You don't have the cheering button sound over there?
I actually do. I don't know if you'll hear it, but you can't hear that. Can you hear that? Yes, you can.
They agree.
It's all for you.
And I'll just have everybody know that we are doing this at almost 11 o'clock at night after I've worked 13 hours.
And she was whispering in case anybody... I don't know why she had to get so close.
And I hope everyone can hear us since the Zoom volume didn't work.
Yeah, technical difficulties as usual in here. It happens all the time in here. Because I have no idea what I'm doing. All right. Before I let you go, and I appreciate your time today, you mentioned going down to Fort Myers to see your dad. How is your dad?
Yeah, so my dad, first of all, he's 93, and he's as awesome and full of joy and strong man as ever. He did well with Hurricane Helene, but then the one that piggybacked right after that, I mean, I think I know he did well with, what was it,
Milton.
I'm writing Helene on everything that, like, I'm like, wait, it was Martin, right?
Milton.
He lives in a gated community. Yeah. And we had seen drone footage. He had to evacuate in North Fort Myers, and it looked like a war zone, his place.
Oh, really?
And a tornado came through, and in fact, 2 families lost their house, and one of them was my dad's friend. Thank God lives were spared. That's the most important. Yeah. But my dad's friend, it was just the way the tornado came through this one section, and 2 houses were gone. And then another block over, a third one. So in the community he lives in, 3 people lost their house from the tornado. He only, a door, like, broke off his shed. So thank God he did well with that. He did worse. And 2 years ago with Ian, he got hit with that. He needed a new roof, and he needed a new lanai. But he's doing good. He's 93, and he is amazing. A widower twice, but his joy and his corny jokes. Corny jokes that he says 1,000 times.
Say him every time.
Are still intact.
I adore that man, and I miss him, and I do. I love that man. I've always loved your dad.
Listen, can I say one of his funny jokes? This
Please.
One's really funny.
Please.
Wait, all right. So there's a guy, and he's driving on I'm not going to give all the details how he does it. I'm not going to embellish. But basically, a guy is driving on the highway, and there are sirens, and he's like, why is this police officer, why is he trying to pull me over? I don't want to stop for him. So he finally stops, and the police officer says, sir, do you realize that you were going like 85 in a 60-mile-hour zone? And he said, why were you going that fast? And the man says, well, you see, officer, a few years ago, my wife, she ran off with a state trooper, and I thought you were bringing her back. He made that up, Tony.
He made that up?
Yes.
Come on, really?
Yeah, you want to hear this other one?
I would love to, actually. I'm in a comedy club. Of course I like to hear
You know
these
that
jokes.
my father, loves God with his whole heart, and he
Yes.
loves Jesus, and he's a man of God.
Yeah, which
So then there's
yeah,
this other,
yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
there's
Go
this
ahead.
other story. Wait, how does it go? A man is in Israel on vacation with his wife, and his wife unfortunately took ill. So they had to talk about the arrangements. And so they were saying, it costs so much money to have her, to bring her back to the States. We could save you money. You sure you want to bring her back to the States? We could save you money if you just bury her here. And he said, no, I'd rather spend the money because I heard years ago a man died here and 3 days later he reported.
Jeez.
He made that up, yes.
I might just steal the stuff the next time I go up on stage here at the club.
He's funny. I'm like, Dad. And then here's the last one.
Okay.
Honey, I love you so much. I love your sense of humor. You know how to make people laugh. And you really should be on TV. And if you were on TV, I'd change the channel. Don Kaloya.
That's fantastic.
He's funny. He is funny. He makes me laugh a lot. But then I'm like, all right, Dad, I heard this joke 1,012 times.
That's fine.
New material, please.
Tell me again. I'd listen to it all day. That's where you get your positivity from. That guy, he's just
a ray
wonderful.
of sunshine everywhere he goes. And I love when I go visit because everyone's always like, we love your dad. We love your dad. And
I remember one day, back, when we were still flipping around, newspapers and coming across the article when he was getting married after your mom had passed and he was getting married again. There's a little story about it. And I remember doing a double take. Oh, my goodness. And I actually did.
Oh, my gosh, Tony, you're right. It was in the newspaper.
I'm not making it up.
No, you're not. But I can't believe. Wow.
Oh, I don't have it anymore, but I did save it for a short time. Yeah.
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 My mom passed when I was 28.
I remember. I was there.
We were 28.
Yes.
And he met her. He met his wife on a trip to the Holy Land.
Oh, no, right. Okay. Very nice. Wow.
Yeah, so that's, I wonder, though, that joke now that I think about it.
A lot of truth to that joke.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, that's wow, cool that you remember the article.
Yeah, I was just reading the paper that Sunday Newsday, and
it's Don Kaloya.
There he was.
Married.
Yeah, with
I'm happy for him. Sadly, he is a widower.
Right.
Widower.
Yeah.
Twice. My stepmom passed away a year ago.
Sorry to hear. But
he's doing well. He has a great group of people in the community that look after him, and then his church friends. And
nice.
He goes out. He's out of his house at least 4 or 5 days a week. He has plans.
As he should. Good for him. Absolutely.
93.
Well, but explain this to me. Like, you're talking about the damage at his house. Like, what's with you guys? Like, why'd you guys even leave? We don't get those big storms here, hardly ever. Like, this is a fun place to be.
Wait, why what?
Why did your father and you guys flat left us? Why do so many people move out of here?
We left Long Island? You want to know why we left Long Island?
Exactly. It's great here.
Well, my father loves Florida, first of all, because his joints don't hurt, He started out as the snowbird thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like they leave during the winter.
Yeah.
And
I know what you meant when
really,
you said snowbird.
His health took a turn for the better, and so did my stepmom when they went to Florida. Rhode Island is a beautiful state. It's not as congested as Long Island. It's the ocean state. I miss Jones Beach. I miss things. But if I came back to Hicksville now, I haven't been to Hicksville. Oh, my gosh. When was the last time I was in Hicksville?
When was the last time you were in Hicksville? I'm back there. I was gone for 20-something years. I'm back there.
Wait.
Waiting.
You're in Hicksville?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I knew that, right? No.
I don't know.
How long have you been in Hicksville?
It's almost 2 years now I've been back there.
No, then I didn't know that.
Oh, okay. Now you know.
No, I haven't been to Hicksville since 2011.
That's bad.
Wait.
Waiting.
Wait, I'm thinking of what's his name now. Oh my God.
What's his name?
Is it because I was bad? Is it because I was bad? What's his name? Oh my God. All right, I'm going on. I'm doing an SNL skit in my head. Right now.
Is that what that was? I have no idea what you were doing.
I'll think about it in a minute. No, wait. Hicksville. No, I lied. 2015.
So it's been almost 10 years since you've been to Hicksville.
Well, not quite. It'll be 10 years in, it'll be 10 years in March.
Well,
I do want to come because every once in a while I go on Zillow and I look, or Google, and I look at all the houses in my neighborhood. I like to play the game of like, what are these houses worth now?
Oh, yeah.
But looking to see like any updates, and I do want to make a trip there. I do have my Uncle Andrew. My uncle lives in Brooklyn, and I'm due to see him.
Well, there you go.
I haven't seen him since 2015. I
Very
talk
bad.
to my family all the time, but like my mother's family is still in. I have some family in Glen Cove,
Oh, okay.
Brooklyn, and Plainview. But my dad's family, they're all like in Michigan.
Oh, wow.
And Florida. My dad's family is in Michigan and Florida. That's where they are.
And where's your husband from?
He parks the car. Massachusetts.
Is he a Red Sox fan? You're killing me. Killing me. So he would probably never agree to move to Hicksville.
Huh?
He would probably never agree to move to Hicksville.
I don't want to go to Long Island. I don't know. Isn't it like it's so expensive there, Tony?
It's worth every penny. I love it here. I absolutely love it.
You really
here.
do. It's the LIE, world's biggest parking lot.
I don't care. And you know what? You know that. So you know that. So plan accordingly. That stuff doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me that.
No, you're right. No, you know what? I have to laugh. When I moved to Rhode Island, people have this mentality like, oh, like you're going to go there? Like as if like it's a half hour away. Like in Rhode Island, it's the funniest thing. Like the littlest drives to me is like, it's like a big thing to them. Like, oh, you're going to go all the way over there? And it's like just a half hour.
Oh, my goodness.
And all you get is like the normal work traffic. It's nothing. It's like nothing. Nothing.
That's another reason why I can't go, because it is. It's the culture here is just, it's different everywhere else. And I wouldn't be able to acclimate. I know that about myself. I love it here, and I love
Tony,
everything about it. Terry?
You've been through a lot of different things that you've acclimated to, and you've come out strong on the other side. I'm sure if you had to, you would.
No, you're kidding. We're in our 50s. There's nothing strong anymore. It's all flabby and useless.
I'm 50. I like to stretch. Kick. Another SNL skit. Never mind.
Wow. You know your SNL.
It's the old SNL. SNL now is stupid and raw, and I hate it. But
yes, I agree.
Back in the day, it was good and funny. But no, I do want to come to Long Island because I, like, John's never seen where I've grown up. Like, I tell him so much about my childhood and about Hicksville.
Yep. What do you think of when people like me bring up Hicksville?
Oh, so much.
Yeah, you did enjoy it here, right? You you.
I loved my life.
Yeah.
Roller skating, just games at the high school. I was involved in my youth group at church. I have nothing but like great memories. Like I wish I can turn back time. I wish I could sometimes be just like, can we just have one more day?
Yeah.
In the middle school or high school, like I think we were really blessed. Like we had over 500 students in our class.
Oh yeah.
But we were like all friends with each other.
Yeah, and
like you know how there's different, groups,
cliques. Yeah.
You watch the Breakfast Club. You know how they stereotype all the different. But it's like I think of high school and I'm like, oh, like I didn't hang out with them, but they were my friends. I didn't hang out with that group, but they were my friends. Like we were a family.
The best part of I love going to the reunions. I love going because those cliques.
I only went one. I only went to the 10 years.
That's bad. That's very bad.
It is very bad.
Yeah, I'm very upset with you about that.
Well, I was supposed to go to the next one after that, and I think it was when my granddaughter was born.
Oh.
It was something.
All right, well, that's a good reason. We'll let that slide.
It was something, because I was going to go. I was trying to convince Kelly Caulfield, Pizarski. Kelly Caulfield Pizarski. We were going to go together. Listen, her and I, a ding and ling. We've been friends since kindergarten.
I was going to say, I remember as kids, you guys were tight. Yeah, I remember
Mutt
that.
and Jeff.
Yeah, I
That's
remember
who
that
we
well.
Are. We talk all the time.
Well, that's as you should.
We're like sisters.
And speaking of Hicksville memories, I remember, Mr. Arnold putting you in front of the chorus, making you sing in front of everybody. I remember that. And didn't you have to lift a chair up or something?
What?
Wasn't there something weird?
Tony,
what?
Tony, he made me sing.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't for Mr. Arnold, he just made you find your confidence.
Yes, he did.
He just believed in everyone. I mean,
yep. Did I tell you about getting to see Mr. Arnold?
Yeah.
I did? Oh, okay, good.
Yes. Wait, when was this?
2 years ago.
I feel like you sent me something. Did you send me something?
Oh, yeah, I probably did. My
brain is just
because
so
I got to. They named the auditorium after him, and I got to give a speech.
You sent me that.
Yes, I was. Yeah, I was. And,
yes.
But that's exactly what it was. That's what my speech was. How Mr. Arnold built my confidence up, which led me into going into acting and performing. It was all, not all, but largely due to that man.
Yeah, I mean, I got up and did what he wanted me to do, but I said to him, I'm facing the wall. Do you remember that?
You didn't completely face the wall, but you were...
I just remember being like, I could not face the court.
You were close to the wall, but not completely, but you were looking down the whole time. I remember that. I remember that well.
But he got my alto voice to mezzo soprano. I was singing in Italian with a vibrato.
Yes. He was an amazing guy, and I
know he's influenced Mr. Thomas Schiffer with his great music skills, and we all know Mr. Sir Billy Joel. But
after I gave my speech,
after
I gave my speech, Billy Joel came out. I opened for Billy Joel because I gave my speech, and then Billy Joel came out.
I saw that on YouTube. I forgot who sent that, but Janina Otten is big with music, Jennifer Tower, and I have been in the past for 2 different private schools, a music teacher, kindergarten to 5th grade.
Yep. Which is all...
He made me love music.
Yeah, and largely due to that man. Yeah, Jeanine Otten, who I've tried to get in on this show, but she hasn't been here, but a while back, maybe like a year or so ago, she put out some original music, so I did play some of it in here. Jennifer Tower, who you mentioned, turned out to be a wonderful music teacher.
There's so many. I'm just throwing out a few names.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just he had such a great impact, and he just made everyone feel valued. My high school memories, Tony, like I said, I feel like, I wonder how many high school classes could feel what our class had. I really feel like our class had something special.
You think more so than just any other, your father's high school class, like anybody? Like, you think it was something, or do you think everybody says that about their high school class?
I said, I don't know, maybe I'm just like an emotional sap.
Well, that's nothing wrong with that.
I just love people, and I love everyone in high school, and I wish I could give everyone a hug again.
And everyone loved you in high school. You were. I never heard a negative word. You were well liked back then.
with my Jesus rhinestone pen. No, I forgot what year it was. I'm proud that I love Jesus. Jesus is my life.
Of course.
He's my savior, and I will never be anything. I will never live my life differently, but I just remember those rhinestone pins were in. Do you remember the flea market?
Tri-County Flea Market?
Tri-County.
That's where the club is. Tri-County is right we're in the back parking lot. We're behind Tri-County.
Right now?
That's where I am, right this second. I could walk out the back door and look to my right, and there's Tri-County. Although it's not called Tri-County anymore. But
no. But it's still a flea market?
Yes.
Or no?
Yes. A crappy one.
You need to go pick out a nice purse for me. Anyway, I used to love hanging out there. That's another good memory of Long Island. My Saturday trips, I went to the flea market a lot. But why did we just bring this up?
I have no idea.
Where are we going with this?
Where do you want to go with this? I have no idea.
What was
well, the original question was, Hicksville memories, and then we just kind of started going off, which is fine. That's what we do here on the show. It's free form, and
I wish this was live because I would give a prize to anyone who could tell me what we were just talking about.
Well, yeah, I think the question was memories of Hicksville, and
yeah, no, I don't know.
Oh, you were talking about Jesus, and then I don't know somehow.
Oh, my rhinestone pin.
Oh, right. Okay.
I had a rhinestone pin that said Jesus.
Oh, yes, I do remember that.
Yeah, but you want to know something funny? So I don't have it anymore, of course. But Eddie Duncan, you remember Eddie Duncan?
I do. I didn't really know Eddie, but I do remember him. Yes.
He's a funny character.
Yeah.
Very smart man, talented. And funny, hysterical.
Okay.
We've been close because we've gone to church youth group together.
That just came back to me.
He randomly was like, "Give me your address. I have to send you something." And then I get in the mail this rhinestone Jesus.
Oh, that's funny. That's really funny.
I'm like, what? I'm like, who sold this now? Where did you get this? And he's like, I've had it for years. And he goes, it just made me think of you, so I want you to have it.
So did he also have 8x10s and big giant posters of you on his wall? That's kind of, he held on to this thing for years and
no, his girlfriend made him take it down.
Yeah, I would think so.
No, it was his. I don't know why he had it. It wasn't my pin.
No, I know that, but he had it and thought of you, and he held on to it for years. That kind of freaked me out.
He just had it, and I think he was cleaning out his junk drawer, and he was like, "Let me send it to Terri."
Cleaning out his junk drawer. It was sitting right at the front of the
We all have
shelf.
drunk drawers. Oh my gosh! I hope we don't all have drunk drawers. We all have junk drawers. All right. Wow. I am still awake at 11:14 p.m. Eastern Standard, North Carolina time.
And what time do you get up to start again?
I'll probably get up at 6 tomorrow.
Oh my goodness.
Mhm.
Wow. All right. So
I wish I could show you though. No, it's all right. I'll have to show you piano, but I'm at this Airbnb and I'm really happy because they have a piano. So the first thing I did was I sat down and I played.
I saw the video you made on Facebook where you played the piano. I saw
I forgot I did that.
Yep, I saw it.
Yes.
And unfortunately, I saw the video too where you were rapping.
Don't be a hater. Haters back off.
Well,
do you know what that is?
No, but you should back off from the rap.
Well, don't be a hater, okay? Just because you can't rap like me.
All
right, so people are probably bored of this conversation by now. If you're going to air this,
I'm airing it.
You'll be probably editing a lot of this out, slicing and dicing.
Yeah, a little bit.
And be like, she wouldn't shut up here. She sounded like Fran Drescher here.
Oh my goodness.
People say. I mean, we could talk for 2 seconds after this is done. Should we make these people, whoever really is going to listen, like we should pick them up? Hey, no, listen. Yeah. I thank you for having me, and I thank you that you wanted to do this.
Yeah, I thank you for coming on to talk about it. It's and I'm glad we did it because I wanted to know what was happening down there, and I have a whole
ob.org. ob.org. Operation Blessing is where it's at, people,
Right.
and we're all a link in the chain. And if you can't be boots on the ground, you could support organizations like this because these people need help.
Show me the shirt again. No,
These
I'm
people
not.
need help.
No, I'm serious. I'm not being my usual perverted self. Oh, all right. No, I'm just realizing now that I've had you. I've been recording this and I've had you backwards this whole time. So my apologies. So we'll have to start over.
It's okay.
Let me see.
Oh, you had me backwards because you couldn't read it.
I'm just realizing now that it's on the screen backwards. So I'm.
Listen, we live in a world of selfies. People could deal with it. People taking selfies all the time. They know how to read shirts backwards.
Yeah, you're right. And I'm just trying to figure out how to. I can definitely. Oh, wait a minute. I think I. Yep, I'm just now fixing it. Even though we're about to sign off, but.
I think I'm getting tired.
Yeah. So all right. So I just fixed it. So now you're not backwards anymore. So.
But.
Yes.
Whoever is watching this, I will say to you, in your corner of your world, how can you make life for somebody else better? That's it. What could you do on the daily to put a smile on someone's face and to make them feel like, make them feel valued? What makes the world go round? Tony doesn't want me to sing, otherwise I'd close us out with "We Are the World."
Go ahead.
We're good.
Oh, okay. Terri Jo Santos.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Or the Circle of Life.
I'm sorry. Say it again.
Or I could sing the Circle of Life.
That's what I thought. What? Lion King?
Yeah, that goes too. It's the Circle of Life, yo. But go ahead. Do your little...
The Circle of Life, yo.
Yo. Hicksville. I miss Hicksville. Say hi to Hicksville.
I definitely will. Terri Jo Santos, thank you for what you're doing down there, and thank everybody for what they're doing down there. And let's not make this the last one. Keep us updated. I'd love to hear more about this, and maybe even put if you get pictures and stuff that we can show. I'd love to just kind of hear more about it as time goes on. This is very interesting to me.
I don't know what just happened to my phone. Oh my gosh.
What do you mean?
Am I there?
Yeah.
You could see me with no problem. I don't know what my phone's doing. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, we got you.
Wait, hold on. Oh my gosh, what's happening right now?
We got you just fine.
All right, I could definitely do this again, and I do have pictures.
Okay, cool. All right, so let's do that. Let's do it again. Thank you so much. This was great, and it's good to see you.
It's good to see you, Tony.
Thank you. All right. Terri Jo Santos. To you Hicksvillians, known as Terri Jo Kaloya. That's her maiden name. Yeah, we've known each other since junior high school in the early 80s. Good to see her. I have not seen her or talked to her in, I don't know, at least 15 years. So it was nice to catch up. So yeah, and I thought that was some interesting stuff. What's going on down there, and we wish everybody well down there. The workers, of course, the people who live there, everybody. We hope everybody's okay. Okay, so today is Monday the 4th. Tomorrow the 5th, I will not be here. The show will. You know what? I'll have to look. I don't know if I set up an old show to play or not, but if I didn't, I will. So there'll be an old show playing. There's something I have to do tomorrow. And I'm not going to get into it now, but on Wednesday when we're back, I'll talk about it then. Everything's fine. Everything's good. I just don't want to. Yeah, I just don't want to ruin it. So we'll talk about it on Wednesday. I do believe Mike will be here. I do believe Diane is going to try and be here on Wednesday since she won't be here tomorrow. So that'll be fun. And if she is coming, we'll do some trivia. We'll do Wednesday trivia, and we'll talk about why I'm not here tomorrow. We'll talk about all sorts of fun stuff. But of course, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Today is Monday. So what do we got tonight? There is no treading water this afternoon either, and that's my fault. Sorry, but I'm not available. Steve's Grade is on. So no treading water. Steve's Grade will be on, and that'll be it for the night. Tomorrow morning, coffee with the dog, and then that's it. There's no sports bash, no Steve Beery, no Hershey and the Keegs because I won't be around. Wednesday, coffee with the dog. We'll be back. Special sports bash on Wednesday. And then Thursday. So you have sports bash Wednesday and Thursday this week. So that's cool. Let's see. And, of course, going on at the club, let's see, Wednesday, November 6th, Rocky Dale Davis. Friday and Saturday, that's at the main club. Rocky Dale Davis, that's at the main club. Also at the main club this weekend, Troy Bond, Friday and Saturday. At the brokerage, let's see, we have, Rich Aronovich. I'll have to get Rich in here. Rich is a great dude. And if you guys remember, we did have him in here once, and we had a great time. So, we definitely got to try. Oh, and playing McGuire's this weekend, Tim Crompier. Tim, another great dude who wouldn't mind getting back in here as well. Go to govs.com. Lots of great stuff going on. And of course, we'll talk about, on Wednesday, we'll talk more about the big show. Don't forget, December 13th, another Mike Paccetti and Friends with the Evil Twins of Comedy, Mark Riccadonna and Don Jameson. I'll be up there as well. Do not miss this one. This is going to be a great one. We got the Murder Mystery in December as well. We have the MMM Fest coming up. Music, movies, and mic drop. That's going to be a lot of fun. The big day is coming. The tour with Elio starting. Go see him and go see David Clark. And vote for Hershey and the Keegs. Best podcast. Best of Long Island. All right. So that does it for us. We will see you Wednesday. So enjoy the rest of your Monday. Enjoy your Tuesday. And we'll see you Wednesday. Thanks, guys.